Welcome, folks. Welcome to Fantasy Golf TV with Jeff Deal. I am your host, Fantasy Golf TV, here on the TGD Radio and TV network. Jeff, thanks for the intro. Love that music again. I am in studio today, flying solo. I've been out on the road the last couple of weeks, and now my normal sidekick, Brian, is on the road as we speak. And he has been gracious enough while he's driving to Skype in and talk to us. Brian, are you there?
I am. How are you doing today, my friend?
I'm good, Brian. Thanks for being on the show and while you're traveling. I appreciate that.
No worries, buddy.
Hey,
I'm not really traveling. I'm in Myrtle Beach. I'm just on the road right now.
Well, and you're always you're doing so much. I mean, the golf monger himself, and he's GM and running a bunch of area facilities here in Myrtle Beach in the golf industry. So we appreciate all you do for us.
And that's the Golf Monger mobile studio that he's calling.
Yes, I'm in the mobile studio. Yes,
that's good stuff. Well, you had to be on, I know, because you had to kind of be beating your chest a little bit. We appreciate you being on, but I know you wanted to because you wanted to boast a little bit for being our lead point getter this past week on our Yahoo League.
Normally, I wouldn't gloat much, but I've had such a terrible start to the year this year that I finally have something to brag about, my team.
Yeah.
And I want to thank you a little bit.
You do?
For the win. Yes, I noticed on early Sunday morning or late Saturday night, technically it was probably early Sunday morning as I'm watching the last NCAA basketball game of the night. I checked my team, and I was looking to see who I was chasing, and I was like 2 or 4 points behind you. And I looked at your squad, and I looked at my squad, and we had the exact same foursome, save for one player. And I'm like, well, I got to make a change because I'm not going to catch him if I leave the same players on there. And I wasn't going to leave just my C player as the one player to be different. And I dropped Justin Rose and I added Zach Johnson, which turned out to be huge for me because Zach shot, I think, 3 under and Justin shot like 2 over. So, that switch actually was the clincher for me on the last day.
And I'm bringing up our league right now. You had 209 points, correct?
Yeah.
Which is awesome. Great job on that. I sent a little note out to our league that because we got 1 week left, and it's exciting too. It's a tough week. The Puerto Rican Open in our league here through Yahoo, we don't deal with the match play, which is coming up this week. It's right. The last week in our first segment, our winter segment, and they go down to the Puerto Rican Open, which makes it a very difficult tournament to pick in fantasy because it's a lot of the mid to lower range guys that you're really just not sure. You're kind of a crapshoot. You can look at history a little bit, but it's tough.
Yeah, it's not household names playing, so you really have to do your homework. Defending champ, Alex Chaka, who, as the boss may or may not know, is sporting our good friend Russ Ortiz, our new friend, at 2GG Apparel. He is sporting their clothing.
Ah, there you go.
And is a defending champ down there in Puerto Rico. This is definitely one of those weeks you want to pay attention and do a little history check and see who's played in it before, because I believe they are at the same venue. So you can, check in on that, because everybody's obviously going to be paying attention to the match play, but it's just impossible to do fantasy golf match play.
Right.
We have to do the Puerto Rican Open. Puerto Rico Open.
I did bring up our league, and you had, and I appreciate your help because I know I kind of feed off you a little bit with your knowledge. And you had 209 points. I was second with 199. And normally 180, 185 is really a good week. So we both had very good weeks. But I'm looking that everybody had a really good week. It was actually a pretty easy tournament to pick.
It always seems easy when the front runners that everybody's talking about actually produce.
Yes.
I mean, they did. Everybody expected Adam Scott to play well because he's been playing well. Heinrich Stenson, he lives like 2 seconds from there. It's a home match for him.
Justin
Jason
Rose.
Day, Justin Rose plays well.
Although Justin Rose failed me in that fourth round.
On the Sunday, yeah.
Yeah, I stuck with him, and that's where I made my mistake. I almost pulled him out, but
Zach Johnson played well
in the fourth round for sure.
Paul Casey played well all week. A lot of people were talking about him.
Yep.
Scott Brown played pretty well. A lot of people were talking about him. So it helps when the guys that everybody's talking about actually play well, because then everybody takes that advice and everybody picks those guys on their teams, and then those guys actually produce.
Well, you had said something. I think it was like week 6 or 7, or we were both really kind of down. We were both 16th and 19th place in our league and I was really disappointed. And I had said I'm not giving up. And it was in studio. I'll never forget, because it stuck with me. You said, forget about it. We're done this first session, and I kind of walked away from our show that day thinking I'm not done, and I'm gonna fight like hell, and I did, and now I'm only 44 or 48 points behind the leaders with this last week to go, so I'm still in the running for our lead points for the session, and I'm doing a lot of research this week, and I know I was talking to one of our. Dave Walker, who's hashtag Dave, is ready for anybody's phone call who wants to book a golf package here at the Golf Director. He's available right now. I was talking to him. He's in our league, and he's he's doing a lot of research, and he still has a little bit of a chance. The lead guys have got to fall a little bit, but I am not giving up. I'm 44. That's one good day and one bad day, and I'm even.
Yeah. No, you can. It's not going to happen, but I like your positive attitude.
Right. Okay. I appreciate
the guys you're chasing are pretty solid players.
They are, and
they've been up there all year. I don't expect a skunk out of.
You're right, especially Shan, who works here for the golfdirector.com, and her husband, who they got a great team together. They research a lot, and he's a PGA professional here at. Arcadian Shores in Myrtle Beach, so right on the border of Myrtle and North Myrtle. Guys, folks, you got to go see that golf course. It's awesome. Reese Jones design, great job that he's done, and it's been around for a while. So go see Frank. Although if you want, hit him in the knee with a club or something, so he doesn't get his picks in this week.
I don't think hitting him in the knee is going to stop him from getting his picks in. Hit him in the head, and I think that's an assault, and that's a felony. So don't do that.
But listen, PGAtour.com has got a couple stats, and it is a very, very hard week to pick in this coming week. So I want to get right to it. If you bring up the league in the Yahoo League in the A player list, there's only 3 guys. So who do you pick? You got 2 out of 3. Who do you go with?
Who are the 3 guys?
Yeah, well, Tony Finau, who has never played the event, so he's got no history. Rory Sabatini, who doesn't have a great history, and then Brendan DeJong, who actually has a pretty good history. That's your A players. That's it.
Well, if DeJong has a good history there, you have to take him.
I agree.
And then I'm going to take Tony Finau because I just like that kid.
Yeah, me too. He's playing well. It's a 7,500 yard course, and he just bombs it. So I don't know
the fact that he hasn't played there. You know what? Last year there was a lot of courses he had never played because he was a rookie and he was still doing well. I don't have an issue.
I agree.
With him playing in this event, not having played the venue. Those would be my 2 guys in the A.
I agree. And then the B list is short as well. It's not a lot of guys, but I checked history last night, and I didn't go back to it. That for this event. But William McGirt has played well. He's his best finish was 14th, but that'll still get you some points. John Curran, who was in the playoff last year, he's finished second. He's played the tournament twice. He's got 1 top 10. So I like him. He's got one top three. I like Graham Dillette as well. Those are some of the guys that might be on my team. I'm actually not going to give out too much information this week if some people are listening, because I really want to win this week, and it's my league, man. I can't finish
fantasy
second.
Golf TV with Jeff Deal. You're supposed to be giving out advice. You can't shorthand our other listeners because you're worried of 2 or 3 other people.
Well, I did just name 3 guys right there that will probably be on my team. So, but some of the other guys, Brian, and I know you're driving, I'll give you Brendan Todd is in the B list, Morgan Hoffman, Carlos Ortiz, like you had mentioned, Jerry Kelly, Alex Chaka, who's the defending champion, David Hearn, Stephen Wheatcroft, Luke Donald is on this. He's never played this venue, but I saw his name. I'm thinking, wait a minute, does he have to qualify for the Masters? Is he still fighting for a spot?
He might.
So that's why he's playing, and he's never played this venue. So if that's the case, he's got no history at this tournament, but I like him because obviously he's fighting for the Masters.
He's the headline name, that's for sure.
Absolutely.
So, former world number one.
He went from number one to, what is he, 240 right now?
Yeah, he went number one the route of David Duvall.
Yeah.
And
then another name on this list, and I am sorry to cut you off. I know I'm looking at the clock, and I want to try and get as much information as possible because it is a tough week. George McNeil, who actually was on my team last week and didn't do well, but he's played this venue 4 times. He's got 2 top 10s. He's won it once, so he's got a top 10, top 3, and he's won it once. So I really like him on my team as well, is George McNeil.
Well, you definitely have to give consideration to guys who have won before, especially in a field like we have right now.
Yeah.
Without all the big guns because they're all playing in the match play. So, you would think in that B list right off the bat, you would want to look at George McNeil. You'd want to look at Alex Chaka, the defending champ. I'm with you, even though Luke Donald's never played in it before. He's there for a reason, outside of sponsor obligations, I would imagine. Like, he's trying to qualify for something. So, and you're probably right. He probably is on the outside looking into it.
And I didn't do research, and folks, don't quote me. I think that's a good
I can't think of
chance
another reason without doing homework
that he's not there.
Why would he be in that field?
Right. Boy, that really is he really fell. Boy, I wasn't noticing that until now when I realized that he's fighting for a chance to play at Augusta, and the best players, best 64 or whatever, are playing in a match play event.
And it's not the best 64. There's guys that probably aren't playing.
Yeah.
So it's probably all the way back to guys in the mid 70s, if not 80. And he's still not on that list.
Which, come to think of it, Brian, how is your NCAA brackets, by the way?
Fantastic, thanks to Middle Tennessee State and Stephen F. Austin.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I think most of America's just tanked.
Yeah. Well, if you didn't sense the sarcasm in my voice, then let me reiterate.
Yeah. They're
doing fantastic because of Middle Tennessee State and Stephen F. Austin. And if you think I actually picked both of those. No, I had Michigan State winning the whole thing. So
I got you. I've got a couple of different leagues I'm in and a couple different pools but I'm done.
I think in your league, I can't remember if I put in your league. I can't remember if I picked Michigan State or if I picked Kansas.
Mm-hmm.
If I picked Kansas, I'm pretty happy. But if not, I can't remember what I did in your league. But here's what I end up doing every year in the NCAA tournament. Real quick, I end up picking my brackets, and then as the games get going, I end up rooting against them.
What?
I do. Once the games get going, and like Middle Tennessee State was beating Michigan State, I found myself rooting for them. Because you know what? Everybody else picked Michigan State. So did it mess up my bracket? Yes, but it messed up everybody else in America's bracket too. So, right. Certain upsets don't bother me because nobody, unless you're an alum or your kid goes to school at Middle Tennessee State, nobody picked them.
I think a lot of my guys at work, a lot of the guys at Barefoot, even the maintenance guys there, everybody's just shaking their head. They kind of clueless this year. But it's the record. So I think you had said that the start of the championship, the NCAA championship, there was the most losses of all the teams.
It was the losingest year ever.
Right.
If that makes any sense.
And then the same thing as going into each bracket, it just seems to be like there's all the losers are winning, and you got a bunch of middle of the road teams now.
The first round saw the most double-digit seeds win ever.
Right.
So take that into consideration as you're picking your brackets, as you're picking your teams this week for our fantasy golf league. And don't forget, if you want some fun, I know somewhere out there is like an NCAA tournament style bracket out there online somewhere that you could pick the match play championship.
I did. I actually went online. I forgot what website it was, and I checked it this morning, and bam, I put a couple of teams in. I didn't start a league, but I did.
I don't know if it's not on PGA Tour. I don't know where it's at, but there's a couple of places for fun. You could go out and pick the match play just like the NCAA tournament and have some fun and see if you can guess
Folks,
right.
You could always, you could contact us through Facebook.com/FantasyGolfTV. Our Twitter handle is @FantasyGolfTV, and then obviously go on our website, FantasyGolfTV.com, and you can contact us, throw your picks in, and just email us or whatever you want to do, and contact us for any questions. So, Brian, okay, so out of the three guys on the A list, I want to get a couple of you got Tony Finau, Brendan DeJong, and Rory Sabatini. You don't like Sabatini at all?
Nope.
Okay. And the B list, I've already went over some of my guys. George McNeil, Graham Dillette, William McGirt, and John Curran are on my team right now. But, again, a tough team to pick. And I like what you're thinking is that Luke Donald should be on that list on my team.
I'm thinking I might make a run at Luke Donald. I'm going to go with the defending champ, Chaka. I think I like John Curran as well. Although I had him one other time earlier this year and he burned me and missed the cut, so maybe I'll give him another chance.
I don't know what it is about Chaka that bothers me, but
I don't know, but I kind of in a field like this, I just feel the defending champ has a better shot than normal.
Right.
And so those are a few guys that I'll be going with for sure.
And then I'm going with history for my C players. It is a long list, and these guys haven't done a thing all year that are on this list. But Scott Brown is one of them. He's played this event 4 times. He's got, I think he's got 3 top 10s, so I like him. He's won it once or has been in a playoff once at least, so I like him. And then all the way down my list, Chasen Headley is one guy that I looked at that he's on my team right now. He's played the venue only twice, but he's won it, or he was tied for first once. So at least he's played it well, and that kind of rounds out my team right now. But that is subject to change for more research, and I'm going to be doing a lot of research.
Yeah. Scott Brown played well last week, so if you want to go, not only maybe if he doesn't have much course history, but if you want to go by the hot hand, and he had a pretty good day for me on Sunday. I think he was 2 or 3 under there at Bay Hill, so you can go with that. And you can't go wrong with a guy, like you're saying, Headley, if he's
got a little history there.
What little history he has been successful. You might want to take a look at that for sure. But the B list on a week like this is, and for someone like you who's really trying to make up points, it might be a good time to take a flyer on a gut feeling on a guy.
Right.
Put him on the bench to start. Put 2 guys you feel solid about in the starting lineup for Thursday, and take a flyer on a guy. That's you got a gut feeling about.
Well, in my power rankings, I had Scott Brown actually second, rounding out this list, and Graham Dillette was first. He's playing real well this year, and I like how he's playing. Freddie Jakobsen was a thought, but then I kind of disregarded it. He's just I thought it was I thought it's going to be his first trip down there, so that kind of blew it up. But I thought he was playing fairly well, and then Alex Chaka I had in at number 4, so.
Yeah.
We're in agreement with that. Listen, don't give up, though. You build momentum for next session. We got this week ends our first session in our league. There's 3 sessions. And then we start with the second session next week. So,
Oh yeah, I'm building towards making a major comeback and winning the whole thing.
there you go. And you came in second last year. Hey, Jeff, behind the glass. I know we're running out of time. What do you like this week?
Well, I've been sitting here adjusting, listening to you guys talk. Right off the bat, though, I think everybody's got the A-list figured out.
Yeah.
I mean, I had Tony Finau and Brandon DeYoung in there as well. I had Graham Dulett on my B team starting with Will McGirt on the bench. Alex Cheka. I had Alex Cheka and Luke Donald reversed. I've got Alex Cheka starting and Luke Donald on the bench. C team, Retief Goosen and Pat Rogers.
Really? Retief Goosen. He's not trying to get in the Masters, is he? There's a chance.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I like Pat Rogers.
Yeah, I like Pat Rogers too. That's a good choice right there. I saw Retief's name down there. I mean, he's such a good player, boy, when he's on. But I mean, that was Shinnecock days back in 1990, whatever year it was. Or 2000.
Been a while. Yeah.
Yeah, 2003, I think it was. So
sure. But I do like Pat Rogers. And the C list is another name to look at there. And Jeffrey, I'm going to take my leave of you. Thanks for having me on today, buddy. And I look forward to next week's show.
Brian, thank you very much for being on. Really
See you,
appreciate it. That was the golf monger himself, folks. Brian Steffen joining us, Skyped in. He's on the road. I appreciate him being on. We are out of time, folks. I really appreciate you all being here. Hopefully you can set your teams. You need any advice, please, Facebook.com/FantasyGolfTV. Twitter us at @FantasyGolfTV. And check out our website, FantasyGolfTV.com. You can contact me through that as well. TGD Radio and TV are produced and broadcast by the Zeus Digital Network for thegolfdirector.com. Be sure to check out our featured golf course pages where you'll find up-to-date information about golf course conditions, specials, and much more. Need help with your next golf vacation? #JustCallDave. Give us a call at 844-GO-GOLF1. That's 844-464-6531. All of our TGD programming is archived for listening and viewing on demand. Just click on the TGD Radio and TGD TV tabs in the menu at thegolfdirector.com. You can find us on over 1 billion devices, including iTunes, Audio Realm, TuneIn, YouTube, Ustream, Roku, Blueberry, Periscope, and Catch On. Check all that out for us. My name is Jeff Deal. I am your host of Fantasy Golf TV. We really appreciate you joining us this week, and there will be more TGD TV golf news and information, so stay tuned. Thank you, folks.